Okay, so we'll just carry on. Should be working. Well, I guess I should turn that on though.
To take care is that to use cars rather than walk when go outside, wear masks and not to expose their skins and not to be wet by the rain.
And when this all happened, I tried to tell my children to do the same thing. And at some point, you know, it didn't matter. We still got infected. We all got sick there in the middle of April. Nosebleeds, you know, dryness of mouth and dehydrated and sleepy and didn't want to eat for 3 weeks and, you know, diarrhea and, you know, everybody just wanted to sleep. My daughter got a skin rash. I got a bleeding nose. My other daughter got a bleeding nose.
Yes, in the afternoon.
8, 9 people in the house. We all had symptoms of radiation poisoning in the middle of April.
Is going to resume that spraying operation. But the spraying
But
is
of
not
course,
sufficient to
we
recover
weren't
the
told
cooling
about any
functions. In order to
meltdowns or,
regain the cooling
you know,
function,
breach of containment.
we have to supply
We didn't
the
find
high
out about that
volume of
information
the
until
power,
about
and
3,
we
4
have
months
to
after the
function
fact.
the pumps for cooling. And so that there is an operation is going on for laying that the cable is going on right now. Up until here, that the cables are laid by the Tohoku Electric and Power Company, and this is a very high voltage transmission line. And from here, that they have to connect, bring it to the control panel. And
now they've got leaks everywhere. You know, at one point I suggested through all the, you know, videos
so
that
they should do,
they needed to create a blanket of sorts
and this is
that was,
end point of that,
you know, lined with sand, because sand can take a lot of heat.
1.5
and it's a good insulant.
Cable will be
you know,
laid.
it
This is
insulates.
just,
Insulates.
operation in a normal condition.
It will either
However,
keep the
radiation
heat
level
out
is very high right
or keep
now.
the heat
And
in.
so that 20
And because it has a
operators
high
are trying to lay the cables,
melting point,
and
if they would have
some
used it
of
on the
them
outskirts of the
are,
plant to start wrapping
about
up their
to go over the limit of
leaky
100
pipes that they have
millisieverts,
today,
which is a limit of the
you
exposure
know, maybe
among
they
the
wouldn't
workers.
be having such a
And
problem.
so the TAPCO is
I suggested putting
lifted that limit to 150 instead of 100
lead nitrate
because it's an emergency situation.
in the middle
and after laying this
of the
cable,
sand,
the TAPCO
and
would
then
like
encase
to
it with
restore
you know,
the electricity to reactor
some
2
sort
first.
of
Okay, by
I don't know,
restoring
plastic
the
element.
electricity,
I'm not
which,
a physicist,
equipment
so,
will regain its
but now they're running
performance.
around, you
Most
know,
promising
trying
sign
to plug
is
up
that
their
the
leaks
cooling equipment
10 months
by the
later
supply
because
of
all the
the
pipes are
power,
breaking,
they have to activate
whether
the pump. If the
from
pump
freezing, you know,
starts
they don't even
operating,
know
the
why they're breaking,
ECC,
but they're breaking
the
all over the place in
emergency
at that
core
plant
cooling,
now, and, you know, they're wrapping them up wherever they can.
Large amount of the
So,
seawater
you know,
or
sometimes
the
when
water,
people come
it
with
can be put
advice,
into the core and
the people
also
that
spent fuel
read
storage
these
pools.
suggestions should really stop and think and implement some of these suggestions, just like with the cuppet. You know, we need to start thinking about how to protect our West Coast from the stuff that's going to be coming on shore that we won't be able to see, because it's coming. It's going to come through the bottom of the sand, through the jet stream. We'll see the Derbis, but we won't see the radiation. We won't be as lucky as the Gulf Coast of Mexico when they got to see the oil come up. Even though it got soaked, it still came up.
May sacrifice the pump functions, and these are the points that they are checking very carefully. Okay, Mr. Mizuno, you mentioned that the limit of the level of the sea belt of the radiation level was lifted, but are they safe? The operators are wearing the gauge, radiation
And the
gauge.
title of this,
cumulative
March 18, 2011, pouring
that the
liquid
radiation
concrete
exceed the 100
on nuclear
millisievert,
plant
and
in
then they have to
Japan.
leave the vicinity.
But of course they
However,
didn't do
some
that,
of them are
right?
going over the 100, so that they raised to 150. So
They just
long
put
as
a bunch
they
of
are wearing
water
the
in it
gauge,
and
they
was
are
hoping for
managing
the
gauge
best.
of the radiation.
But they're finding
so
out now
they
that
have to
that's not
rotate
what they
so
should have
that
done.
any one of them will not go over that limit. However, that the radiation level
I don't even know
of
what
the
playlist
vicinity
I'm
is,
in.
for
I'm
example,
in some
that,
kind of playlist.
after the dousing by the fire department, that the radiation
I think it's an
went up
X Speaks
after the
playlist.
dousing.
It must
But
be.
in some areas it went down, so that the overall radiation level is high. However, it fluctuates, and therefore that the operators and typical workers have to be very careful with the managing of the radiation exposure. And Mr. Mizuno also said that the fire department, Tokyo Fire Department, is going to dash water from 1:30. Yes, that according to the schedule, that it was scheduled in the morning. However, that there is an operation of the restoring the power. It is given the priority, and as soon as they come to a certain kind of the milestone, after probably that 1:30, the Tokyo Fire Office is going to spray, and also the SDF, the tank, the water cannon trucks is going to spray water to the number 4 reactor. Aside from the SDF or the Tokyo Fire Department, the Osaka Fire Department is going to dispatch their fire water cannon cars, and they
were fighting a losing battle right from the beginning.
Pouring the concrete,
you know, maybe their efforts were sincere, but at the end of the day, when you're dealing with a monster and the monster gets out of the cage, you know, you got to take responsibility for that, I would think, as a company and a corporation. But, you know, the ocean, for them,
is now very low, or maybe the
is
fuels
obviously
are exposed
just a tool
so they
to use to their advantage.
Fuels.
Kind of like
and
those
also,
poor bears, you know.
Secure the function to cool the fuels. The radioactive substances within the fuel should be contained, so the metal tubes functions must be maintained, so you need to cool them
Anyway,
down.
we know none of that ever happened, so let's go on to this one. Gulf oil spill returns by Duck Lamb 1. He's a buddy of mine. We don't talk very much, but you know,
and this is a quick video on oil slick. Look at that beach,
every
man.
now and
Just
then.
covered with oil. I said that this BP oil fucking spill wouldn't be over with, and it's not. And new problems, new Gulf problems.
March 20th, 2011.
More oil in the fishing grounds. Let me go straight up view here.
This is what I was talking about earlier.
It was hard to believe I was seeing as much oil in South Louisiana area again.
It's just nobody's talking about it.
Disaster is far from over, and there's a little...
This is March 2011.
I'll get his name in a minute.
It's still out there.
It's even harder to believe that our so-called government watchdogs have not closed these fishing grounds. Here we go. Possible new oil spill, 100 by 10 miles, reported in Gulf of Mexico. Possible new oil spill, 100 by 10 miles, reported in Gulf of Mexico. And here we have the little story. You guys can look this up yourself. I'm not going to read it. But it's off the coast of Louisiana. And I got another site here. Another site that I love. I have some blogs too, but I'm not going to go over those.
BP doesn't want to admit that the Macondo well is leaking, but there's actually 2 wells out there. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just a big mirage of
really good website. Now, the report I just read came from about 10 o'clock last night. This report is from 6 o'clock last night. Fresh oil
they drilled right into a
South Pass,
salt dome.
Cruiser Lane,
and
New Boom near the beach,
when
and
they were trying
the
to cap
substance.
the well,
Louisiana fishermen
it started
reports that
to
fresh oil is
split the
coming
dome,
ashore near
the
South
salt.
Pass,
and
that Cruiser Lane booms.
they haven't been down there with their
Comments,
RVs,
fresh oil coming
rovers,
ashore
or
near
whatever
South
they're
Pass.
called.
Those pieces of shit are laying cortex on the beaches to help break up the oil before it even hits land. Somebody needs to get out there and ask them exactly what the fuck they're spraying. Same with this. We need to get out there and ask them what they're spraying. Here's red flag. Oil spill study finds almost half of residents suffering from unusual spike in health symptoms. Now there's also dispersed oil everywhere on Pensacola Beach. It's not where the oil is, but where is not the oil. We have a problem in the Gulf, and Dutch Sense had a video where these people in Florida heard a huge rumbling sound coming from underground, and nobody's figured that out yet. Now, Matt Simmons did say they cracked the bottom of the ocean before he was murdered, and his partner, who was going to, follow up on that, was also, he committed suicide by shooting himself in the back of the head 4 times. And where's BP? Now, this right here. New huge spill near Deepwater Horizon. Slick is 100 miles long. Skimming started days ago. So somebody knew about this days ago, and nothing's came up. So I think people should keep an eye on this.
It's pretty
I mean,
low
we have
key.
a lot of stuff going on in the world today: volcanoes, earthquakes.
And
we got that goddamn
so
radioactive
we're not
shit
out of that neck
all over
of
the
woods
place.
yet.
From Japan, this is not
Right.
over. But peace and look
Where
for
we
the
at?
truth. Find the truth. Don't listen to the lies. Turn off the goddamn TV. Duck out.